Black Widow is the latest addition to the MCU. It stars Scarlett Johansson as the title character, and we follow Natasha Romanoff as she visits her dark past. That's the plot, I think. This has been one of the many movies delayed by the pandemic, so it's finally out now. It feels like we haven't been in the MCU for quite a long time, especially in the theatre, albeit we've had the TV series. However, this wasn't necessarily a film I was looking forward to all that much. Mainly, it just feels like Disney or Marvel or whoever is responsible for these, they felt obligated to make a female-fronted superhero film. There was even a leaked email a few years ago from an executive who said something like, female superhero movies will never make money. However, since the success of Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel, it just feels like this has been shit out by Marvel or Disney or whoever. I'll start with the good. The action scenes are solid, the martial arts, the fight choreography is great. I really enjoyed the addition of David Harbour and Florence Pugh. Florence Pugh was probably my favourite aspect of the film. However, this is probably one of the weakest additions to the MCU. In fact, I'd even go as far as saying it's probably one of the worst in the entire franchise. I don't think it's as bad as something like Thor: The Dark World, because no one remembers that film. And Iron Man 2 is my least favourite. However, it's just so generic and unoriginal. It doesn't feel like much effort was put in terms of a story. And that's because this is a film that should have come out about a decade ago. And, you know, they've just once again proven their lack of faith in writing a female-fronted superhero film. And once again, it just feels like they were obligated to make it. We know going in that despite any dangerous situations that the character's going to find herself in, she's not going to die because, you know. And this isn't an origin film, I expected it to be. There are flashback sequences that show Natasha's upbringing and this family that she was raised by David Harbour and Rachel Weisz. But the film sort of is set just sort of during the end of Captain America Civil War, which kind of surprised me. I would have been much interested in seeing a really dark, grounded origin story. And even things that I was excited for, such as Taskmaster? He feels that he's done dirty here. It feels like they've done what they did to Deadpool in X-Men Origins Wolverine. You just have this mind-controlled character who doesn't say a single word in the film. So if you're looking forward to Taskmaster here, you're going to be really let down. In the comics, Taskmaster is this person who has this photographic memory. He can read every move that you see, and you would expect to see some really great fight scenes from Taskmaster. You don't get any. He does fight David Harbour in the film, but every time they're fighting, the scene just cuts away to something much less interesting happening. And the MCU has also had a major problem with villains in the past. There've been a lot of forgettable ones, and Ray Winston plays the villain in this film. Ooh. I'm a big fan of Ray Winston. I love him in Sexy Beast. If you've never seen Sexy Beast, watch it right now. One of my favourite British crime comedies. And here he plays just a generic Russian villain that you've seen 1,000 times before. But the one thing with Ray Winston is his iconic accent. You know, the man has a very obvious Cockney voice. And sometimes his accent sounds okay, but it sometimes just slips into his native London voice. Hello, Natasha Romanoff, it is nice to meet you. Now better play on Bet365 now, you slag. I'm going to give Black Widow 2 stars. Yeah, really let down. I mean, my expectations weren't high going in, but yeah, it's just a very forgetful film. I think you'll go in, you'll watch this, and you'll maybe forget about it within hours upon seeing it. It's definitely a weak entry in the Marvel franchise. So guys, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, all that cringy shit I don't like saying. And I also have I guess I'll call it a special video coming up shortly. It's just a life update. I feel as if I need to give an update on what's going on currently. So yeah, I will see you on the next episode of James Eddy Reviews.